Hello there.
So, new Star Wars trailer. What you guys think?
Star Wars Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Star Wars Law and Order?
Special Victims Unit.
Special victim being
where
the
did
single
where
player
did Anakin
experience.
stab you?
Wait. Here.
If he had a robot hand, that would kind of explain that. He was a youngling in that room.
So,
Um,
so first initial thoughts. I think it looks all right.
as far as my initial thoughts on it go, it's pretty much. It looks okay. They kind of tried to pull parts from other games. To me, it reminded me more of Jedi Outcast and Force Unleashed. A lot of those from those two.
Yeah,
Um,
I can kind of get along with that thought, but like kind of pulling aspects from like the newer stuff,
yeah,
like the
but
newer
definitely,
movies.
yeah,
Oh
like
yeah, with the slow down power.
yeah, they have the Kylo power.
They have Kylo and like the K2SO droid and
At first, I thought that was like how they were gonna do Force Speed, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. But then I was like, oh, wait, Kylo power.
I mean, that ain't a bad thing. It was kind of neat when Kylo did it, except he just didn't do anything else with it. He just sort of did it
Yeah.
once
Huh.
and like
Aha!
never fucked with it again.
This probably would have really helped me to, not get my face cut and maybe not get
Not to
shot
break
by
the
a Wookiee.
lightsaber.
I mean, I guess he couldn't have stopped the Wookiee shot because he didn't even know Chewie was there.
Yeah, but he could
Yeah,
have stopped, the lightsaber from breaking in half and exploding.
Yeah, he could have stopped it in the throne room, definitely in those fights, because he wasn't even injured in those.
Yeah, he
Because you
has
can
no
make the
excuse.
argument that he was he was using the Force to keep the wounds from falling out of his Wookiee bowcaster hole. Because
Well, I mean,
I imagine that was pretty big.
yeah. I suppose you could make that argument.
I really don't like the newer movies, but I don't mind them pulling stuff from it.
well, yeah, because
I think if
K2SO
it's
is
anything
cool.
trying to salvage what they've
KSO,
got
yeah, he
from there,
wasn't bad. Most of that movie was boring, but KSO was pretty funny throughout it. And so was the blind guy, whatever his name was. I don't
Space
remember.
Monk.
Space Monk.
Totally not a Jedi. Yeah, anyway. What were your thoughts on it, Ryan?
I think if it wasn't EA, I would be a lot more trusting of what I saw, but because it was E3, I don't believe anything of what I saw. I think most of that was just for show, and the final product will look nothing like this in terms of how fluid things looked.
I thought it looked kind of slower paced, which is why I said it looked more like Jedi Outcast than Jedi Academy.
Well, yeah, it does look like Jedi Outcast, and with the Force powers, kind of like Force Unleashed,
Yeah.
but like really slow paced. Which that part, I'm sure the gameplay will be fun. My biggest concern is I think this game will be at most 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
thinking even kind of less than that. I'm thinking like maybe 2 or 3.
uh, if I had to guess, I imagine if you did just the story mode, it'd be 4. And then if you did all the side stuff, if they have anything like that, like, challenge modes or shit, maybe, uh, some weird half-assed multiplayer, something like that. I imagine then you might get another 4 hours out of it, which would technically make it 8 hours.
Well,
But
will that be part of the main game, or will that be DLC a year later, or maybe day one?
they might have like a day one DLC for it. Who knows?
I think they already announced costume packs or some shit.
Yeah, I mean they could do stuff. That's kind of a Force Unleashed thing too, where like you get a whole bunch of costumes to play with.
Yeah,
Except
that was
Force
cool with
Unleashed
Force
had it in the game.
Eh, and with
I
cheat
really liked
codes.
I really liked Force Unleashed. So, like
Oh
I
yeah,
said,
Force Unleashed is great.
this game could be good. Force Unleashed wasn't particularly long either, but it was fun.
Force Unleashed was really
like maybe
memorable
like
though.
10 hours.
Maybe to do everything. Yeah, I remember playing through Force Unleashed a bunch of times though, just because I thought it was really good. I mean, it had faults. I saw that you get skill points from the trailer. There's like a part where you get a skill point from, I guess, leveling up or killing somebody, maybe completing objectives. I'm not sure how they're doing it. So there's obviously some kind of tree in there somewhere. So maybe you can get newer force moves, which is another kind of force unleash thing.
Level up combos into longer and better combos.
I don't know if they have the whole like Jedi Outcast thing, where if you like walk around with your lightsaber out, you can cut the wall.
Yeah, they were being very careful not to walk into a wall with a lightsaber out.
Yeah, because I mean they say alpha footage, which if they pull a Colonial Marines, basically means this isn't at all what you're gonna get. But I'm hoping they don't do that.
Yeah, because I mean, for what it is, it does look it looks fine. It looks like it'd be a fun game to sit around and like fuck around with.
Yeah.
But like, if they just kind of like polished up a little bit and make it like a little bit faster, I think it'd look pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I have no idea how a lot of that stuff's going to balance out, I guess, because there is a lot of cool shit you can do with Star Wars. And I mean, I was a pretty big fan into like the expanded universe and stuff, so I thought powers like the slow time thing doesn't really bother me as a force power, even though the thing that annoys me about it is Kylo uses it that like one time, and then I think he uses it again to capture Rey.
When he gets the drop on Rey, he's like, surprise! And then she's like, oh, my only time I lose.
Well, I mean, she does steal all of his force power or whatever that weird explanation was.
Oh, yeah. You see, the Force is kind of like a data slate, and copied it and printed it into her own body. Like,
yeah, sure. It makes about as much sense as other weird fantasy shit I've seen, like elves from Elder Scrolls, how they work.
Are the elves from Elder Scrolls weird? I don't remember.
So elves have like this weird instinct where they know kind of what their population is, and if their population gets too low, all of a sudden all the elves want to breed.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's something like, at least that's how it was explained to me. I'm not super into Elder Scrolls lore, but I like the games. But that's not really what we're talking about. It just kind of reminds me of something strange. You know, I was trying to think of something strange in fantasy, like as an example.
And that is properly strange.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty strange.
What'd you guys think of the main dude that you play as?
I think he looks kind of like a Boy Scout. A Boy Scout version of Starkiller.
I don't disagree. I think he looks cooler in the reveal trailer than he does in the actual gameplay demo. Because in the reveal trailer, like he's getting watched by the Empire and he saves that dude with the Force, even though he knows it's bad to do because it's gonna out him. But he still saves the guy anyway. I thought that was a pretty badass moment. And then in the actual gameplay trailer, yeah, he seems really, golly gosh, I gotta help.
Yeah.
Oh no one used the swears, you know, and you're just like, huh. I hope you're not cringy or anything.
Speaking of cringy with it, the dialogue for the gameplay trailer.
Oh yeah, how they just
go in there and use your lightsaber to free the Wookiees.
Because you're a Jedi. And Jedi
save the dream.
Save the dream. He just like jumps off the cliff after he says it.
That would be the best ending of this whole Kashyyyk level if he just does that. And like, there's no explanation of how he gets out. He just jumps down off a cliff tree.
I was kind of hoping that you would meet Galen. I think it's Galen Merrick there, but I don't think they'll do that.
No, they're never gonna bring Starkiller back.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that'd be cool.
He's one of those weird cases, like a bunch of other Star Wars characters who they're technically still canon, but only the name. Everything they did is no longer canon. I mean, they do that to pull characters out of, like they did with Admiral Thrawn. I mean, you see the Inquisitors in the reveal trailer, not in the gameplay demo. You see, like, weird, I guess, Magna Troopers.
Yeah, what would you... Because they're like black armor dudes with the Magna Guard staff, but
I think
They
they're
don't have
supposed
force
to be like.
powers.
I think they're supposed to be like Dark Troopers. Maybe they're like some kind of Dark Troopers spin-off or phase, or some. Because the new thing they added was the Death Troopers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the big. They have to be 6'2", and then some other are. They had the
Yeah,
weird voice
I don't.
box thing.
Yeah.
Was the Dark Troopers the ones that were in like Jedi Outcast that had the Cortosis armor?
I think so.
And Jedi Outcast. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
They're like
Yeah,
the
they were
Jet
like.
Black Troopers that also had lightsabers.
Yeah, those those are like a Dark Trooper spin-off too. But since that takes place past where the Empire had them originally. Because I think the Empire, by the end of Episode 6, only had Phase 3 Dark Troopers.
Yeah, which were big fuck off.
Well,
Mostly robot
no,
dudes.
the mostly robot ones were like the Phase 1 ones. Then the Phase 2 ones were like the half and half. Then the Phase 3 ones were the smaller, mostly human, but with like implants, if I remember that correctly. I could be completely wrong about this, because...
The big old fuck off ones were like the ones that were in the like the 360 version of Force Unleashed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They would like punch the ground and stuff.
With like the shock hands and all that.
Yeah. And really, once you figured out how to kill them, you just did that because it was easy.
Pretty much throw anything at them.
It's like once I figured, I played through the game 2 times before I realized there was a dodge roll. Once you locked onto somebody, because like I knew you could like roll, but I didn't know you could like do crazy side flips to get behind people super fast.
Yeah, I'll admit to far worse than just twice.
Because I was fighting Vader on the hardest difficulty when I figured it out, and I was like, "Whoa!" Or like it was like near there. It wasn't at Vader yet, but I noticed it right before then. And then it made his last part a lot easier, because if you try to like jump and get behind him, he just grabs you and throws you.
That Vader fight, so fucking good.
I wonder. Well, yeah, in the first one it is. In the second one, it's confusing.
I was gonna say, which one?
The second,
We don't like to talk about the $60 what if story.
Yeah,
Here.
the $60 what if Force Unleashed 2.
Where all the cool lore shit was hidden in like 3 different menus.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there could be some cool stuff done. I like the idea of getting costumes. I hope some of the characters are written well. Seeing as how that's like the real problem with a lot of the new Star Wars stuff, is it's written kind of poorly.
Kinda.
It's written very poorly.
There you go.
Only very? You're far kinder than I.
Yeah, well, I think I liked Episode 7 more than you did. I hate pretty much everything about Episode 8. Like, I'm like, oh, there's a couple scenes that look cool, but don't think about it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think the red and the salt with the red under it's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, that is cool looking, but
Does it make
why?
a hell of a lot of sense? And I'm not sure why those guys are in Arctic armor when they don't.
No,
need to
dude,
be.
they're in salt armor.
They're the salt resistance.
Do you think we're gonna get salt troopers in this one?
Maybe.
I hope.
The salt from all the original Star Wars fans.
Yep. I will buy this game day one.
Well, in that
I'll
case,
buy the highest collection if they announce salt.
in that case, I probably have my own like island somewhere made of salt just for me on that planet.
I don't even season my meat anymore. I just bite it. It tastes salty.
Well, all right.
I just
Well,
permeate it.
if that works, I guess.
Can't drink
Salt
water
is
anymore.
real.
The salt is real. Yeah, I mean that's something. Who knows?
I mean, if this game doesn't totally blow chunks, then maybe the salt might lessen a little bit. Be like, all right,
Honestly,
at least someone here is doing something right.
I think this game will be considered a win by Disney if it's just alright, and people are generally okay with it.
I mean, there were people who were celebrating the fact that they're like, there will be no microtransactions in our single-player game. It's like, cool.
That
You
shouldn't
mean
have
like
even
how
been a
everything
concern.
was for a
Or
long time?
yeah, and then they said the same thing at the Avengers game thing, which is apparently a live service game. I don't know. I didn't watch. I don't remember that from the thing, but that's what I heard and I read and
Oh, it's
stuff.
like the top downy one they announced this year.
No, the other one,
The
the
Square
Square
Enix
Enix
one?
one. Yeah, I've heard that's like supposed to be a live service type game.
Because it looked like
I
the Avengers one
I thought it
they
looked
had the
like
treehouse for Nintendo, and
yeah, the Top Dunny one, Top Dunny one, the Top Downy one. That one is a remake, or I think it's a remake, or it may be a
no,
sequel to the
no,
old
it's a sequel to the
Ultimate Alliance.
yeah.
either way, I don't like how it looks. I think it looks pretty bad, or maybe it's just not my kind of game.
Maybe. I mean, I played the first or second one, maybe both of them. I remember killing Deadpool to release Hell Rider, Flame Skull, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. I remember killing
Your extreme
Deadpool.
knowledge. Your
Yeah.
extreme knowledge of Marvel characters is amazing.
Listen, you leave Flame Skull out of this.
I think
Yeah.
it's a scorpion or something with a bike.
He's like a scorpion with a bike, and I mean, he throws a chain at people and pulls them to
Yeah,
him.
see?
So
These are all very true things.
I like him best
Same
as
guy.
Nicolas Cage. It's like the only context I know him from. I've never read a Ghost Rider comic.
All right, so
sorry, a Flame
Mortal
Skull
Kombat
comic.
12. You gotta get Nicolas Cage to be the face for Scorpion, but to put the mask over him.
We forgot to put the mask on, so he's just a flaming skull.
There you go.
But enough of a digression. As far as the game, like, what kind of skills do you think would be in it?
I think weapon combos is going to be a given to extend the combo because that'd be a good way of making your game.
Look at you progressed. You can now hit with your lightsaber 4 times from 3.
Yeah.
Oh boy, now 5. Oh, you
I
got
mean-
the 6th hit. That's the finisher.
It works well with Dynasty Warrior games, and
Yeah, I guess
mean-
that's true.
and we all 3 of us eat those up.
Yeah.
I confirm.
I love
that
me some
nothing.
arcade hack and slash.
I really like.
Maybe
the
they'll go
Fire
the
Emblem
Kingdom
Warriors.
Hearts route and make the upgrades things that you should normally just have, like dodging.
Yeah. Or
blocking.
or how you can, like in Kingdom Hearts 2, if you're being an asshole, you can set it to where you have a combo of 1 hit.
What?
And in Kingdom Hearts 2, there's a combination you can do where you take out you use the sword with like combo minus, and then you put something else that gives you a stronger finisher, but like also minuses the combo. And then your hit is literally just the finisher for a combo, so it just like kills stuff really fast.
Oh wow.
It's not good for clearing out hordes of enemies, though.
This is my boss slaying setup.
Yeah, too bad every boss has a shitload of things in front of it.
Do you think they're going to announce more force powers? Because the skill system will, I would assume, level force powers also.
I hope they add force powers to it.
So,
I
yeah.
think the
like I
best
said-
thing to look at for what the upgrades could be is the Force Unleashed, because like as far as Jedi Outcast goes, the story progression stuff you pretty much just got as you went along. You didn't have to go through a menu
you're
or
like
anything.
oh, I need to mind control this guy. Luckily, I remembered how to do that just now. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, good job, Kyle.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Or the time you just randomly unlock Force Choke and Lightning, and it's like, oh,
Wait, when did you learn these? Like, don't worry about it.
I read a book on the way here.
It was a long flight. My hyperspace didn't work, so I literally had to fly millions of miles.
I think it was on
Billions
Best,
even.
and I just kept dropping a bunch of dudes on the pit because I would Force Choke them and throw them over.
Yeah. That's like
That's awesome.
I always rushed Force Choke in the Academy games just because I thought it was hilarious. Like grab people and throw them,
Oh yeah.
and then you get lightning, and you're like, "This is amazing."
Then you can do both at the same time. Watch your force meter just drain.
Yeah, watch your force bar just explode because you use too much, and it doesn't come back.
That's like the whole reason I wanted Force Unleashed in the first place was because of, like the grip.
I kind of wonder that they didn't show it in the demo, but I do kind of wonder like what happens if you throw your lightsaber at those guys and like the Magna Guard dudes if they can just like block it, and then you have to run around for a while and like force pull it to you, like in Outcast.
That'd be cool.
We're like, oh shit.
That would be cool, but I don't know if they would. I don't know if they do that. They'd probably make it pretty user friendly.
Yeah, probably not. Because, I mean, I think they're a problem with being a big AAA game is they're gonna. Well, it's not really a problem. That's a bad way to word it. They're most likely going to try to hit a wide variety of people, which is a good thing because you want more people to buy your games, and the more people that are into it, that's fine. It's like the whole Dark Souls easy mode discussion, which doesn't really bother me because if there's an easy mode and you don't want to play it, just don't play it.
Yeah, just turn it on hard.
It's like what I do when I play a game that I like, especially if it's one that has a good challenge, at least in my opinion. Although, I haven't found one in a while. At least not with a different
humble bragging.
I'm amazing at video games.
No, I just meant I haven't found it. I've found games that I thought were hard, but not hard in a fun way. And it's
like artificial hard. Like this guy's got 8 health bars instead of 3.
Like I was playing. I've been playing Dying Light lately, which it's okay. But there's just like there's like some parts in it where there'll just be random explosions that hurt you because there's like these basically bloaters and they hit you really hard. You're just like, oh, alright. Didn't know there was a random fat chunker guy in the giant horde of zombies I was trying to run through or around. Whatever the hell I was doing. I just know I climbed on top of a bus and exploded off the other side and died.
Yeah, that happens anytime anyone ever climbs up a bus. That's why there's warnings on the side of buses.
Don't climb. But yeah, I would imagine as far as other skills, we'll see the mostly stuff from the movies, maybe a couple original ones. I don't think we'll get something like Force Incinerate, which is a thing.
I don't know. That'd be pretty fun. There are the flame effects from the flamethrower troopers.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that'd be cool.
It would be cool, but it'd be dumb as hell.
Jedi don't get Force Lightning. Jedi get Force Fire.
You think they're gonna include Rey's force powers in that and make him learn absolutely everything?
No, I don't. I don't think they're gonna do that. Mostly because he did other moves than poking.
Hey, Rey had other exciting powers, like making the enemy swing for her lightsaber instead of her.
Well, that's because
and Force Wind.
That's because their script is not great. Or not.
She
script.
also had
the script.
The Force Wind.
The script is also not great, but what I meant to say was their choreography isn't great.
I suppose you could call her Force Wind battle meditation, like
Bastila has, or the Exile.
The Old Republic.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. She was born with battle meditation cranked up to 11 at all times.
Out of a possible 5.
Well, I mean, technically it only goes up to rank 3, so.
No. Not for Rey.
Not for Rey. I mean,
she's the even more chosen one.
It's a better explanation than what we actually have.
Isn't that just the saddest part?
Oh, well, you see, there's not a lot of Jedi, so she's stronger in the light side because there's not a lot of Jedi, and you're like, huh.
So why wasn't Luke Skywalker just, like, able to whip Palpatine through the fucking Death Star? He was legitimately the only Jedi in the galaxy as far as the movies were concerned.
Yeah, because Yoda and Ben die by the time he sees Palpatine.
Yeah.
Who will now be back.
He was still good in Darth Vader, and he was just soaking up all that good. So, there's only 2.
Grown.
Well, you see, it's because Vader was a fallen Jedi, and, that means he had half the light and half the good, because he wasn't really that evil. I've seen books and stuff now, where it's like Vader reading bedtime stories to Luke and Leia and stuff, and you're just like, he didn't even know they existed.
What have they done to my boy?
Like, there's a lot of books out there that I see where I work where I'm just like, I don't think they realize Darth Vader was a bad guy. One of the first things you see him do is choke a dude for insubordination, and then blow up a planet, killing billions.
Because
Because
someone tipped him off.
because
Hearsay.
because he knew that the girl he captured wouldn't tell her. Well, I mean, I guess you could make the argument Tarkin did it, not Vader, but
he was there. He could have. If he honestly cared, he would have stopped it, and there's not really much that could be done to stop Vader. But he didn't care, so...
Yeah.
Nah, he was all on board for it.
Well, I mean, somebody had to get rid of that ant hive. Because those ants are dumb.
Nah, he was involved in an insurance scandal. Now it's gone. No more insurance scandal. And he keeps the money. It's a win-win.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but sure.
That actually made me think. Do you think we're going to see... Maybe that's a terrible sentence. Do you think we're going to see Vader in this game?
Of course.
Maybe. He'll probably be... They might honestly rip off the final fight from Force Unleashed.
Yeah, I think there is a 100% chance that Vader is in this game. Because why wouldn't he be? They need to really stroke that original trilogy cock just a little bit to get all the old school fanboys like, oh my god, and all the new kids be like, see,
well, I mean,
he's here.
They're gonna have to either kill him or do something to take him out of the rest of the series. Or they'll just not do that, like they kind of did with Ezra, where they're like, oh, well, you see, he light speeded somewhere with a bunch of whales.
Fucking season 4.
And you're like, oh. So, why didn't he just kill Thrawn? And it's like, what do you mean? Well, I mean, he had him wrapped up in whale tentacles. He could have just told a whale to squeeze, or shot him with his gun, or he stabbed him with his lightsaber. But he
Choke
decided
him with the Force.
He decided
literally anything.
He decided the best course of action was to take his lightsaber and go somewhere with whales and Thrawn. I just want to see a picture of them as old men just playing checkers, because the whales dropped them off on a planet and then didn't come back. So they made a checkerboard, and that's all they do now.
You listening, Disney? This is your 10 out of 10 movie right here. Just 3 hours of them playing checkers and bitching at each other.
I don't know. See, that's kind of a weird thing too that Disney did with Thrawn. The stuff that made Thrawn cool is no longer canon. So when they put him in cinema and made him, or not the cinema, not the movie theater, but they brought him to a media platform.
When they put him in Rebels.
Yeah, when they put him in Rebels, there we go. Words are hard. When they put him in Rebels, he essentially didn't do any of the stuff that made him Thrawn.
But he had a sick theme.
He does have a cool theme. And he was a decent bad guy. Probably one of the better ones we've seen in a long time in Star Wars. So, he's up there as far as their cool bad guys go, even with the redo of him. But, the stuff that made him famous, they completely got rid of. And you're just like, why?
What did he do? I'm very unfamiliar with the character.
So, he basically takes over the Empire, kinda.
The other after episode 6 was all fragmented and shit. He basically reconquered a bunch of it, got their shit together, found a lost fleet from the days of the Old Republic, took that. So he basically found himself a bunch of things, and then he was a tactical genius. So the New Republic just couldn't handle him, and then I think they drew him to kill him. I don't remember how he dies. It's been a while.
Yeah, maybe they just, put a droid in a X-Wing and light speed through a ship.
Yeah, but yeah, god damn it. if I remember, he was Grand Admiral Thrawn because he took over, and then he was already an admiral.
Yeah, actually, technically, the reason he wasn't a Grand Admiral in the Empire is because the Emperor was kind of racist, and he
Yeah.
didn't like, well, actual racist, because aliens are a different race. So he didn't like the fact that this alien was better than most of his human subordinates. At least that's the explanation they kind of give. So that's why he was only an admiral instead of like a grand or a moff, like Tarkin, because he
Yeah.
was
And
technically
then,
a better leader than Tarkin.
well, that's because he. I know in the new canon, him and Vader sit there and they're like, the Death Star's a fucking stupid idea. You could build so many Star Destroyers with this. The Emperor and Tarkin are like, no, it is the weapon of fear. And with fear, we shall hold over the galaxy. And Vader and Thrawn are like, that's just gonna make people pissed. Stop it. And then Episode 4 happened.
Could the Death Star lightspeed travel?
Yeah.
Yes.
So could Starkiller Base.
What?
Can't.
think
I don't think Starkiller Base could lightspeed travel.
It could
There's
travel.
nothing. There's nothing in the Episode 7 to imply it could.
It's one of the.
J-
It's one
just
of.
shoots the
It
cannon
can
really,
actually.
really hard.
It can actually move around. So I'm not sure if it can lightspeed travel, but I know it can move. I assume it would have to either lightspeed or hyperspeed.
Just to get out. Well, yeah, because it does eat a sun to shoot its weapon, right?
Yeah. And it'd be a little silly to only be able to do that once. But, you know, like I said, the writing's kind of extremely awful.
Yeah, it's already really silly.
So, they're like, alright, they made a Death Star and then a Death Star 2, but the Death Star 3, that'll be the one. It'll be a planet-sized blowy up.
I can't wait for the Death Star 4 to be the size of a sun because
No, they hollow out a sun and put a base
Oh.
inside of it.
okay, yeah.
No, don't worry about things like gravity.
Or the
Wow, we
fucking
haven't really
heat of the
talked
sun.
about the Fallen Order in a while.
3 minutes, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the discussion, wasn't it?
We just kind of a mild side rant.
I think they announced different color lightsabers.
Well,
Which-
yeah, that's
I would hope
cool,
so.
but their new reasoning how lightsabers change colors, that doesn't really make any sense.
I'm not because I will rant for an hour and a half about it. I just say
For anybody who doesn't know, they're basically like mood rings. When you first make your lightsaber, based on the emotion you have, chooses the lightsaber color. And if you're evil, it turns red.
that's how it works now, and it's stupid as fuck.
How did Mace Windu get a purple one? Because he was kind of good and kind of bad. I don't know. They don't really explain it.
Truly ambivalent towards good and evil.
But yeah, I hope there are other color lightsabers, and I hope they have like the different styles, kind of like
Oh, how they had like
The
the
Force Unleashed.
unstable and
yeah,
the cracked or whatever it was.
unstable and rough. Was it rough? No, it wasn't rough. What the fuck was the other one called? I don't even remember. But yeah, like that.
Yeah, the one that's like wavy and the one that's sparky.
Gotta love these technical terms. Because if I could run around with the yellow lightsaber, I mean, I'll be down. Because my yellow lightsabers don't get enough rep.
No, they don't.
They're fucking awesome.
I think that was the consular color in the Old Republic. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, I can't remember what yellow was supposed to signify.
These Jedi Shadows, I think, have them, but
Don't like is that the gray Jedi?
no, Jedi Shadows were the assassins that the Jedi don't like to talk about. They have.
Yeah, pretty much. They're a lot like Sith assassins, but you know, Jedi.
Yeah, they basically sat and they watched a couple systems and be like, all right, I'm gonna watch for Sith activity, and if Sith activity happened, they would kill them because they're Jedi and they're the good guys.
It's not evil if you do it to somebody evil, because two negatives make a positive.
Absolutely.
Well, all right.
It's just funny because like the path of the Jedi or the Padawan's booklet or whatever the fuck it was called. It has like paragraphs for every other type of Jedi. And then it goes to Jedi Shadow. It's basically like 2 sentences, like, "Oh, these are assassins. They kill people that don't like Jedi, or the Jedi don't like." Anyway, moving on. It's like, oh,
it was written a little bit more finesseful than that, but
it is like 2 sentences though.
yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Different color. Oh, that's how EA is gonna monetize the fuck out of this game.
Lightsabers, costumes. Yeah, probably.
You want to play as Darth Vader? Yes.
XP boost. Be like,
XP Boost is a single player game.
yeah,
Oh
well,
my God.
well, you see, normally you can beat the entire game 3 times to gain a single level. But with XP boost, you can gain 3 levels, L level.
They're gonna make the XP grind from fucking Shadow of Mordor look like a joke.
And each XP boost lasts 45 minutes, but you'll get a bonus 15 minutes if you buy it now.
Whoa!
It's like the stupid shit you see stuff like League do, where it's like, oh, if you buy some points, riot points, you'll get bonus riot points for free. And you're like, well, I mean, not really, because I'm still spending X amount of money on them. You guys are the ones that decide how many I get. So, it's not really free. It's just cleverly designed to make you go, oh yeah, I'll get bonus points this way.
Yep, that's the system. Yeah, I am not looking forward to how EA shoves their fucking money pit in this. Because it's gonna happen.
Do you think it'll kind of do what they did in Star Wars Battlefront 2, where the bad one, where where like the campaign just kind of ends, and they're like, oh, the rest will come out later. Think they'll do something like that with this?
No,
I'll make it like episodic, but like only if like it does well.
Yeah, it'll be episodic. I mean, if the game doesn't sell with whatever retardedly high numbers they're gonna come up with for it, like they want a Dead Space 3 to come out with like what 5 million copies sold.
Yeah, 5 million copies for Dead Space 3. It's like, what the fuck? Dead Space 1 didn't even sell 1 million copies for like years.
A million's kind of a lot to ask for. So they'll come up with some arbitrary number that they decide is, well, the arbitrary number they have to meet to make investors happy. And if the game doesn't do well, they'll be like, see, nobody's interested in a single-player Star Wars game. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And if it does well, they'll be like, oh, well, it was a fluke, or DLC, or some microtransaction-y shit. It's like how Bethesda's whole thing now is like, people still play Skyrim, but we don't make any money off Skyrim that people still play.
Yeah.
So Skyrim's banned.
Conference. Oh my God.
Oh, it was bad. It might have been the worst one there.
No, EA's was still worse.
EA's was 3 hours of nothing except for the 15 minutes of gameplay for this, and then, hey, The Sims is getting an island DLC. That's all right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the island thing. It's like, oh well, you can go to an island. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, I guess.
I mean, you're basically on an island anyway, because, I mean, you don't need to leave your lot that often. At least I don't.
But this one, you can turn into a mermaid or something.
Yeah, they didn't really go into that. They just, like, showed it. They're like, hey, this is a thing that can happen. You're like, oh, can you go into more? No. Oh.
Well, all right.
I'd be like, oh my God, I can get my fish wife.
Mifa.
Fish wife.
I'll make Link get him a fish wife.
Fish wife.
Fish wife. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that they could do with this game that could be pretty interesting, but there's also quite a bit that they could do that you would be like, eh. Like I said, I have a feeling after I play it, I'll think it's just fine. It's okay. it probably won't be great, and it probably won't be terrible.
Hey, here's a question for
Um,
you. What do you think about the little buddy droid he's got?
I I don't like it.
Why not? I actually kind of like him. He's like if BB-8 was an ATST.
uh, Hilariously enough, I'm actually in the middle. I'm not really against or for it. I like
I
that
mean, it doesn't
splicer
like.
thing is in its foot, but I'm also like, God, it'd be really cool if you could use that in combat, like on some,
I mean, he gives you health packs.
yeah. But that'd be really
I
cool if
just
we could
think
jump.
if you they're like even in a game that's not like a movie, they're like trying to do their own thing
I don't
with like
like I
a
said, it's
cool
not like he
design.
offends me
Like,
or
that's
anything.
neat.
I mean, they wanted you to have a robot to go around and magic puzzles for you, basically. So they're like, oh no, there is a giant saw blocking the way to go forward. Have the robot plug into the saw. Yay! Oh no, there is a locked door. You could cut through it with your lightsaber, or you could have the robot turn it on. Yay!
I can't wait for
Yeah,
that part.
I guess it is kind of like a loophole for like shit that's like, wow, you could get creative with like using your character's gameplay stuff, or you could
Yeah.
have him download win.exe and then you win.
And the robot
Yay.
just goes and plugs in. He's like, open door. And you're like, well, why can't I just cut through it with the lightsaber? Or force mind control a guard or something.
Or just
Because
push it
that's
open
rude.
with the force,
Well, I
like
mean,
Star Killer.
and that's kind of weird too because he does that in the beginning, but you can make the argument that door already looked damaged.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not quite as strong as the Force Unleashed dude, even though the Force Unleashed dude also there were quite a few doors that he probably should have been able to push open. Because the blast doors, for example, that he blows open with the Force are much thicker than like the bedroom doors that he can't.
Well, he's not a savage. That's private.
Exactly.
That stormtrooper getting changed in there.
It's just a guy in a stormtrooper helmet, but he's like in like boxers with like the hearts on him. Just ah!
Oh, what the fuck was his name? Like Jim from Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. He just like raises his hands. I give up. Then you're just lightning him because the apprentice didn't give no fucks.
The Princess was kind of an asshole.
Even though he was kind of pouty. Like he had like a pouty kind of expression through most of the game.
Oh, speaking of Lego Star Wars, they just announced the new one, the new Lego Star Wars, where like
I
they,
don't
they
get,
they took the voices out, which is so great because they put the voices in the Lego games and they lost all their charm immediately. At least for me.
I didn't bother playing any of them with that had voices in them.
I played 2 of the Lego games and they were the same exact damn thing. So I didn't see a point in playing them anymore after that.
Yeah, the Lego Star Wars ones were fun, and then I played Lego Indiana Jones, and it felt the same.
I
And
played Lego
then I saw
Star
Lego Harry
Wars.
Potter, and it looked the same as Star Wars. And then there was the Lego Marvel one, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care. Or Lego
I played the
DC, or
Star Wars one that had all 6 movies. I don't remember which Lego one that was.
Well, no, because you played the first Lego Star Wars 2, and then
The Indiana Jones
the
one.
yeah.
So I remember running around as Indy. That was the one where I'm like, this is the same as the 2 Star Wars ones, except for I'm not a true Jedi anymore because I don't have it unlocked anymore, so I'm not invincible.
yeah,
I would be more interested in the new Lego Star Wars if they got rid of episodes 7, 8, 9.
Well, I'm actually kind of curious to see what they consider to be the level-worthy parts of Episode 8.
You know, that's a good point, actually. Like, what the fuck is there?
It's like
There's-
only 3
Oh,
levels.
I can probably tell you. The first
Yeah,
one will be
one that-
the first one will be stealthing out of the stupid ship that you start on, the capital ship. The level after that will probably be Canto Bight, where you have to escape from prison. They'll also randomly go over to Rey, who will be fighting monsters or those nuns on that island.
God damn it.
Porgs. She's just killing porgs.
The
Yeah.
Porgs, the dangerous.
Then they'll switch back and they'll have a level on the Snoke ship. Then they'll have the Snoke throne room fight level as like the end of that one probably, or after that Rey runs out of the ship. Then they'll have the ship exploding, then they'll go down to the planet, and that'll be the last level. That's like probably 6 or 8 levels right there.
Lots of padding.
And then
padding.
even after playing the Lego version, you'll be like, wow, not a whole lot really happened there, and I'm angry.
The Lego version will fix all its problems.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
We'll make everything make sense.
Yeah, and, like the end of the Lego part, like the end of a Lego episode 9, the ghost of Luke just turns to the screen, and then like actual Luke just wakes up on the Endor. Oh, that was a weird dream I just had. Han Solo just looks at him and is like, yes, that was a dream. And then he turns to the camera and is like, and nothing else happened.
That's how they retcon the fucking new Star Wars in a Lego game.
Yep.
They just kind of subtly switch legends and what's canon. Like, let's just kind of switch this back.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a lot of stupid shit in Legends. Like, don't get me wrong on that. Legends had stupid things like the Nubians. You may be like, what's the Nubian? Well, because the actor for Watto couldn't say Nabooian. Fans decided Nubians are people who have very similar technology to Nabooians. So people often mistake their technology for each other. And you're just shaking your head going, oh, fans.
What will they come up with next?
You do some silly things.
That's rough. Kind of rough.
And you guys killed Chewbacca. I mean, the new movies killed everybody else. But...
The new movies kill the integrity of the franchise.
Yeah.
You could argue they've killed the franchise.
Well, I don't know. It's still kicking. There's still hope.
It's a convulsing corpse.
Who knows?
Well,
in
no,
3 years, when they reboot the series again, the new trilogy can just be the 3, maybe 6 movie What If story.
I don't.
Assuming
think
they do
Star
another
Wars,
movie in
Star
the same
Wars
vein as
isn't
Han
gonna
Solo.
die. It's just not gonna happen. Like, people will just kind of consume whatever they want. I mean, and there's nothing really wrong with that. If you enjoy it, go for it. But
Oh yeah, of course.
there's just lots of people who will just straight up consume pretty much. Like, I know people who are like, I don't really think they hate anything, but like, well, they hate obviously they hate stuff, but I don't like most media, like Game of Thrones, for example. A friend of mine, he's like, it's all right. Like saying he has the same opinion of Batman: Arkham Knight and other stuff that people consider really good, like Mass Effect 2. He's just like, it was all right. So I'm like, yeah, he doesn't really like or dislike it. He just kind of consumes it, He's plays through it, and he's like, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, it was neat.
That was a way to spend an afternoon.
Yeah.
I suppose that's fair.
So
I don't know.
I mean, that's all anecdotal. But
I mean, I know general audiences typically find the new Star Wars to be acceptable. I don't know if Last Jedi was considered acceptable by general audiences.
not in China.
Not in China?
No, it was pulled after not even 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Not even.
Yeah.
And then Solo flopped, so apparently a lot of people, a lot of your normie types, apparently did not much care for The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Maybe they'll actually do something about it then.
I hear a lot of weird criticisms about, like, the reasoning a lot of people are saying it's not doing well. They're like, oh, well, you see, Star Wars isn't meant to be a yearly release. I'm like, it could be if it was good.
And it works with Marvel.
I mean, yeah, Marvel, we get how many adventures of random people that I didn't think I'd like Doctor Strange, but I did.
No, I had zero expectations for Doctor Strange, and I saw it and loved it.
Yeah.
or
I mean,
before the movie came out. Who the fuck were the Guardians of the Galaxy?
yeah. I I don't know. I kind of like that from the trailer.
Yeah, I like the trailer too, but it was just like
Yeah, I
when
had no
they
clue who
first
they were.
announced, they were like, "Here's the Guardians of the Galaxy." It's like it's a raccoon in a tree. What?
The only character I remembered from the Guardians of the Galaxies was like some sword chick from one of the cartoons. She's not even in it.
I think that's supposed to be Gamora.
No, because Gamora's in that episode. Because Gamora's green, and this chick is like an angel or something. I don't really know, but
Yeah, I got nothing then.
she's got like a bunch of swords and they float.
Because I know Gamora in the comics, or a lot of iterations, looks totally different. She's like white and red, and then like her skin's green.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
there's lots of variations with space characters. There's lots of variations with Spider-Man, and he's pretty much always from Brooklyn.
He's from the Queens.
Whatever.
All right.
He swings. Just so we don't end on the dour note of mentioning episode 8. What do you think? Game will have like good boss battles and shit. Because just from the animations from like the Magna Guard looking dudes and the Inquisitor they have in the trailer, I'm really hoping that like it's a really cool set piece boss fight.
I'm predicting 3 boss fights.
One of them being the ATST they show in the trailer.
No, I think that'll just be an enemy. Just like or a mini boss maybe.
I'm thinking that's a mini boss or a boss.
I'm thinking that'd probably be a mini boss, kind of like the Magna Guards.
Magna Guard people aren't really mini bosses; they're just kind of like slightly tougher enemies from what we've seen.
Yeah.
Of course, they got the Debo could be on like super duper easy mode, and that's why they die in like 3 hits.
Well, I mean, there's that. I mean, I guess that's a possibility that they could just be elite enemies then, which is in my weird scale, it'd be like standard enemy, advanced enemy, elite enemy, mini boss. So
Yeah, I'd say that's probably where it's at.
that'd probably be how like the power scaling for enemies works. So, stormtroopers and the scout troopers with the batons, because for some reason they don't have guns. Standard. Flamethrower guys, advanced. Magna Guard guys, elites, mini bosses, probably the AT-ATs and things like that. Vehicles, basically.
Whoa. AT-ATs.
Them too. ATSTs.
AT-ATs.
An AT-AT might be an actual boss.
Star Destroyer. That's a mini boss. Right there.
I mean, technically, all I have to do is bounce the laser back at it.
There you go.
Sure, the laser's the size of your torso, but the Force. It's magic.
Hey, I already showed you how to abuse that in the tabletop game.
Yes, and it's stupid, and I hate you for it. You fucking reflect the Death Star beam.
I'll just put a destiny point, it'll be fine. Or how you can
Destiny
use it.
points.
What's the Death Star beam?
So,
Yeah.
So their force powers in I think it's the D20 one, right? No, it's not.
No, it was Sagas.
Star Wars Sagas, yeah. Some of the force powers have like special shit you can do with them with these things called destiny points, and one of them lets you absorb. There's a force power that lets you absorb a bullet, and then you get that bullet as temporary hits, like temporary hit points. And with the destiny point, there's no cap on it. And so what you can do is if someone shoots a Death Star laser at the planet, you can literally temporary hit point it.
I feel like that should be an extenuating circumstance.
Because the destiny point lets you do stuff you normally couldn't.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Sean. It's like, no, if I was running, yeah, I would say no to that, but rules as written.
You can also reflect it back at it, because a spaceship probably doesn't have a very good attack bonus, so it'd be pretty easy.
Whoa. Wait. So a regular spaceship, like a fighter, maybe. This is a planet-busting kill station.
Nothing actually stops you from reflecting the beam back. It's just an attack roll, man.
I think the sheer size of it makes it kind of hard to bounce back.
I mean,
See,
you can kill a dragon with a dagger.
But like,
You can
but
kill a
like, let's
crate.
say
You can literally kill
okay,
a crate
let's like
dragon.
proportionalize it, right? Because like I imagine blaster shots and
An
shit of
Ewok.
the sort reflects off lightsabers pretty well because the blaster shot is roughly the same size, probably smaller than the lightsaber itself, right?
Okay.
The Death Star beam is like a town,
Doesn't matter
and
in
like
the rules.
one dude with a stick, just like
Rules is written that does not matter.
that does not matter.
Rules is written. The size of the beam doesn't matter. The attack roll matters.
Now, if you have GM of any fucking cognitive thought, they're gonna be like, no.
Well, a GM of any cognitive thought wouldn't blow up the planet his players are on.
That's also true.
Yeah.
It was just something funny we came across while we were looking at the rules.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck?
I mean, nothing actually stops an Ewok from literally punching a crate dragon to death. Think about that.
D&D style games don't often make perfect sense, I suppose.
Just think about that. The crate dragon, like one of the most dangerous monsters out there in the galaxy. Fucking Ewok walks up to him and literally beats him to death. Now the crate dragon will probably try to kill the Ewok, but if you've spec'd into martial arts, you're gonna probably outdamage the crate dragon. Especially because the crate dragon, I think he only gets 3 attacks.
I think it's like 3 or 4 attacks a turn.
So it's like the 2 claws, the bite, and maybe the tail. And then if you're like a master martial artist and high level, you can literally punch it to death. You don't need a lightsaber to kill it. You just literally walk up and punch it in the shin to death, and it's like, ah, fuck.
My weak shin. How did you know?
Same thing with like if you decide to have like a half lane in D&D with a greatsword, go, or even a stupider weapon, brass knuckles, go kill a dragon.
There you go. He's a real man.
Now
He's only half dies.
you may be like, why brass knuckles? Couldn't you just be a monk and then brass knuckles would be really good? Actually, if you're a monk, brass knuckles are a nerf.
Why?
Because you deal brass knuckle damage, which is a D3. If you're a monk and you don't use brass knuckles, you deal your unarmed strike damage, which is much higher. It caps out like 2d8, I think.
That's dumb.
Yes,
These
yes,
are
it
rules
is.
as written. I mean, another thing you can do is you can take a ladder and cut it in half, and then both halves become 10-foot poles, which sell for more than the cost of the ladder. These are things you can do in the game with rules as written to just piss people off. Now, you
Extenuating circumstances.
Now, as a DM with any sort of common sense, if your player comes to you and tries to do that, you should just probably be like, no, he doesn't want 10-foot poles with random ladder holes in them. But nothing actually stops you from picking up a stick either and saying it's a quarterstaff. But then you have to pay 300 gold to make it a masterwork quarterstaff. For that +1 to hit, then it can be enchanted. See, lots of stupid shit with rules as written.
So it's a wonder how I kind of fell out of a D&D campaign. God damn. All right. Star Wars.
They can be
Star
fun.
Wars. We're off topic on the outro.
All right. Yeah. So you think like there'll be 3 boss fights? I think that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Probably edit most of that out since it's not really.
I think we should leave it just because it's funny.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, I think there'll probably be 3 boss fights. I imagine the first one will be an Inquisitor. And it'll be the big kind of lightsaber-y fight. Then probably some kind of giant robot or monster, which will be the second boss fight, and then Vader.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if Vader's not the final boss fight, then I don't know what is.
Where he kills you. Yeah, like an Inquisitor, not the Grand Inquisitor. He gets killed in a stupid way all by himself.
Oh, there's something far worse than me coming. And you're like, oh, what's that? And the next, season 2 starts like, here's Darth Vader. Oh!
That is worth. Then the writer's like, shit, we can't actually have Vader be the bad guy because he's too powerful.
He'll be
3
menacing for one
Inquisitors.
episode.
He shows up for one episode and decimates the entire Rebel Force by
It's
himself.
fucking awesome. So, Inquisitor, big robot,
Or monster, and then
and Vader.
Vader. Maybe a Rancor because they're pretty. They're the one that most people recognize as the Star Wars monster. Like, oh, it's the Rancor. But there's bigger and badder things out there, like the Krayt Dragon.
I would say that's probably a pretty good guess. That would put, because I know there's more than just Kashyyyk, they've said. So that would put it like 3 planets you would go to.
I mean, I could be wrong, and they have a boss at the end of each level, but I don't think they're going to. And if that's the case, if it is a boss at the end of each level, I imagine you'll fight Inquisitors a lot more often.
Inquisitor what? Inquisitor 2. Inquisitor 3.
It'll
This is
be like-
Inquisitor 47.
No, it'd be like you fight one Inquisitor, the next time you fight a slightly different Inquisitor, and then the third time you fight 2 Inquisitors that are identical to the first 2, but together.
There you go. Now you're thinking like a game designer.
I just think that's how they would do it.
The copy-paste tool is a wonderful thing.
I mean, it worked for Dragon Ass and Lost Isolith.
If you go to Tatooine, I'm calling it right now. Jabba the Hutt race Inquisitor. A Hutt.
I hope the game just turns out to be a pod racing game.
Dude, it'd be fucking sweet.
You just go to Tatooine and race pods, and then you go to Kashyyyk and you kill some stormtroopers and release the Wookiees so you can get back to pod racing.
And then the Wookiees build you a salt trooper armor. The game will be complete as you build your fortress of salt.
Salt.
But yeah, it could be good. I don't think it'll be bad.
No, I think it'll probably be all right at the end of the day. Just because I would like to be a lot more excited about it, but it's EA.
Yeah.
And they make me extraordinarily paranoid.
It could be one of those rare instances of a large parent company and like a smaller division actually doing like a passion project.
Yeah, I mean, like an example of why people don't trust EA would probably be a good one for recent time would be the Lord of the Rings game that you played a shitload of, Ryan.
That was Warner Brothers.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oops.
You idiot.
It was? Oh yeah, it would have been. Cause yeah, okay. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking.
Bills.
I do a lot of drugs.
Yeah, you smoking that there beer?
I have my candle going. That's what it is. Got that nice ocean breeze.
Fresh linens, bro.
Yeah, I have no idea what I was thinking. Never mind.
I haven't bought an EA game in
Then
since
why are
the
you
PS2, I
extraordinarily
think.
paranoid?
Because I've seen what every other game. Although I haven't bought EA games, I've had friends who bought EA games and I played them. And I'm like, oh,
Well, I mean, I guess the last 2 Star Wars games is a perfect example.
yeah.
It's not like you wasted any money on those.
No.
Yeah. No, that's what other people are for.
Buy them. You're like, don't buy it. It's gonna end poorly. You're like, no, it'll be great. The trailers look awesome. It's like, no, stop. And what happens?
It's awful, but at no
I
cost
didn't
to
buy
you.
'em.
You get the treasure of rubbing it in their face that you were right and they were wrong because you know you were right because EA, and you get to play it and say, "Hey, it's bad."
It's not that bad. No,
I need you to open up your eyes and get the shit out of your ears. It's bad. All right. On that note, I think that about wraps us up for tonight.
Yeah, that's probably enough. Oh well, talk to everybody later. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.